So what the sketchbook is, it's basically 2020, and I think everyone was really, you know, the pandemic and all that. And I was already working from home, so my life didn't really change a lot, except for the fact that I wanted to begin doing art again. And I had a long time off from doing art because work, life, that kind of thing. And I just wanted to like create things again, but I wanted to do it in a way where it was, you know, for the purposes of being an artist and not necessarily for the purposes of just having a hobby. And I think that that's a good distinction, because I really had been making things as part of being a hobby. Like I made wedding, wedding invitations. I made lotion. I made, like skincare products. I did all that kind of stuff, and just kind of hobbied the heck out of things, but never really embraced making art. This book is the start of a 30-day challenge that I gave myself to get back into art. It's this is an Arteza book, whatever it was. I will admit I didn't really care for this paper. As I worked more and more in the book, I kind of got more and more. I was using watercolor, which I never had used really before. I was always a pencil person. I was always, where's my favorite? Like this is the kind of thing that I would make. And I love this. This is awesome. This is great. I love this. This is a mix of watercolor. This came like a year and a half after doing all the stuff that's in this book. So look at it. That's good. But I think the other thing I'll say is that I'd always drawn. So I always kept drawing. I always kept watching YouTube videos about art. Kept doing all kinds of things that were art related, just not making anything. So I'm just going to preface by saying that. So one of the things I did with this, because I wanted to draw things that weren't necessarily like in my everyday, so I asked my friends if they could send me pictures of their spaces, of their room or their space or something like that. The first one is actually from a magazine. I just drew it because I thought I liked it. And it's a kitchen. And I think I just redrew this potted plant because I thought it was cute. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. So I just kind of drew this kitchen. You can see the mark making in this book. The whole thing in this book is a mark making is so tentative. So the next one, I don't take pictures and drive, but I did this one time. So this one is, this is I think the 10 freeway going in, the 10 freeway going from downtown, or just past downtown LA to Santa Monica. And I really just love this image, this overpass image. Ooh, what was that I felt? Oh, look at that. There's still some of that, that stuff you put on to block the color. Anyway, so I learned about like masking fluid. That's what I was feeling. And I thought this was a really compelling drawing. I really loved it. I loved it and then never did anything like it again. So who's to say I won't do that? I won't do one like that. This one is a friend's view. I think my friend, I don't remember. I should have wrote down who sent me these because I can remember some of them and not others. I think this was my friend Michelle, and she sent me a view of her cat in the window. So this whole little cat carrier thing, there's the cat, there's little paw, little box. I thought it was a cute view. And her room was basically all pink, which I loved. And I did kind of a double page thing, which I also loved. And I think this was I had 3 of 3, so this is 4 of 3. And I was doing these day after day, so it wasn't like I was spending a million years on each painting. Okay, so this one is from my friend Betsy, who has this really cool, like retro, probably 20s or 30s apartment. She was babysitting a dog at the time. Now she has her own dog. We talk about the dog all the time because she's a teenager and she's like a teenager. She's moody and everything. The next one is my friend from Iceland, and this is one of those famous like falls there. So she sent me this picture. I just loved it, and I didn't know that I could do a landscape at this point. Like I really did not know that landscape was a thing that I like to do. So when I got the picture, I was like, oh my God, okay. This one is for my sister, and this is her cat, Blue. And the cat was like looking down, giving cat vibes. I just thought it was great. And you can see how I'm learning, like, oh look, the tape wasn't the right tape. But I also got a little texture, and you can definitely see this is looking up. And then I did a close-up of the cat because that's what I like. Oh, and I also was testing out some new ink, so I got some new ink. There it is. And it sank through. Make sure I'm still in the frame. This one, was it? I think this was a photo. I think this was a photo, and I got into it, and you can see like certain things really like turn lights on for me. Like I like the detail, and I liked painting green. I don't know why people don't like painting green. I really like painting green. So I got to number 9. This is number 10. This one is the driveway of my friend's apartment building. And I was waiting for her to come out, and literally just sitting there in the driveway waiting for her to come out. And it was a rainy day, and so I just started drawing with this red pen in this book. Not red pen, it was a red, it's like a red color pencil. Probably one of these, probably a red color pencil. So just from there started like getting into the drawing and giving it a little, you know, giving it a little depth, giving it a little color. I think I did the gray, not the gray, the tan background with tea, you know. So this is my friend Lydia this is at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody was like, what the heck? And so she was actually stuck at her boyfriend's house out in, I don't know, I forgot where they were. But this is a picture of the boyfriend's mother's house. And she sent me this picture. And the one thing I can say is my friends are really super supportive. And they were like, sure, you want to do this art thing? Cool, go for it, you know? So they sent me pictures and everything. This is my friend B's bedroom. And this wall thing does not exist in her bedroom. I was getting into the watercolor, and I bought some white paint. It was this Winsor & Newton. It was this Winsor & Newton white ink, and got into it, and I was starting to do clouds and things like that with it. So I was really excited about it. This is her cat that passed away recently. And I just kind of, I really felt like there was like an environment here, and there was like, okay, I'm getting it, you know, and this is like the practice drawing. And then this one, I think was sent to me by Betsy as well, but you can see it's like a beach scene, another landscape. And I can honestly tell you at this time, I'm not getting the cues about doing landscapes and about enjoying landscapes. I'm just trying to draw. I'm just trying to get some drawing done because I haven't been drawing consistently. And really, my goal for a while has been to be consistent, to be prolific, and to draw, and to just always be drawing, you know. I need a shirt that says that, you know, always be drawing. This one is actually an image from a friend's Instagram. Her, like, a quail was on their car for some reason, and I was just like, that's so cool. So I drew it. This is funny. This image, this drawing sparked a whole bunch of other drawings. This drawing definitely sparked this one. So cool. I love this drawing. It definitely sparked this drawing. It sparked this. I have another one called Hands Held. That one is on my website. It definitely sparked that drawing because his hand is so funky. And being a person like I can draw hands. I know I can draw hands. And then to be confronted with drawing a hand and just, you know, well, how dare you? I was so mad. So after this, I think I stopped doing this because I got focused on the hand drawing. But I didn't stop drawing in this book. I think I did finish it. Okay. Yeah, and I didn't like the butterfly either, so I drew a better butterfly, and I'm like, yes, that's right. You know. Like, I was seriously mad. You know? Like, I am not letting any of my skills go. So I sat here and did this butterfly. I was like, yes, you know. And I literally felt good about this one. I was like, okay, all right, let's go. Then I started working on a drawing of my friend Veronica again. I did actually end up doing this drawing, and she has it, so hopefully I can get a photo of it. But yeah, I started focusing on this drawing. I realized I kind of like a bit of fantasy in my drawing, but I haven't yet figured out or mastered how to like put that into everything that I do. So that's something that as I go back and look at these, you know, past books or whatever, that I'm like, oh, I like that kind of thing. And I need to figure that out, you know, because this is what it looks like when I just draw out of my head. It just looks weird, you know. So this is what happens when I can't do something, or I feel like I can't do something. I literally I started with this Post-it note and literally just drew hand. I think I've drawn, I think between this book and other books, I've drawn like 1,000 hands or something. But you can see in each one, they kind of get better every time. There was also a really great video on YouTube about drawing hands, and it was like an illustrator or a comic book guy, and his point was like, fingers aren't straight. They look straight, but they have little, like, they indent like this, or they, you know, so understanding what fingers actually do was really important. So here we go, back into the next version of that painting, and this is my thoughts go, ooh, I'll practice hands, ooh, go back to like forming a painting. Which was fun. And you can see when I'm getting around here, I'm getting better at drawing hands. I'm just getting better at it because that's what you do. And I started, there was a person that I knew, Rebecca, she you know, weightlifter, like weightlifter, not person that lifts weights. She was stretching, and she posted on Instagram, and I drew that. So beware if you post on Instagram. And then I started looking at different things on Pinterest. I like Pinterest, but I like maybe my Pinterest leans toward like glamour, old style glamour, you know, like, you know, Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn, Rita Hayworth, who's the other one? Catwoman. I can't remember her name, but it'll come back to me in a minute. Okay, and then there, from that little thing to here is where I came back with like a you know, for that time, let's put it that way, for that time, like a fully fledged image, which I loved, and I showed it to her and she loved it. So I was just like, yay, we all love it. I'm gonna zoom out a little because I just realized you can't see the whole book. There we go. There we go. And again, I'm still working through, and I kind of do that. I'll just do these little things and work through a drawing. I still do that. And then the foot, I love a foot. I love a foot. So this is the big hoop things. So this is a drawing, the first drawing I did of Veronica before I drew the next one, which was the one that I ended up drawing. I actually like it. I think I like it from this angle, looking up. It's a little like Jerry Bruckheimer, like, you know that one scene that Jerry Bruckheimer does where it's like here's the person, here's the camera, and the camera goes, whoa. That's what I think of when I look at this. And then I finally got some paper from like the art store and did like a little wash on the back of it. And I think I drew from 5 to 6 or something, not 5 to 6, but this is the time that the light was facing this plant that is in my office, still is in my office. It's still alive. And I really liked it. And I really liked it. Really liked this splish splash of stuff, you know, in the background. Loved it. I think this was, I think I was imagining a painting in the style of a movie poster. And the movie poster at the time was Charlie's Angels, the one with Kristen Stewart, the one with Kristen Stewart and the other people that were in it. I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie, and I have tried to watch the movie. I just have never found it, so I don't know if it's good or bad or whatever. But then you can see how I tried to put Veronica in that same situation. And then I just ended up drawing, you know, another image. So this page is, I was drawing the drawing of Veronica, like actively drawing it. And what I would do as a warm up was draw on this page. So I drew like all those things that pop into your head, like Barbra Streisand. And this is, you know, from Pinterest, like Barbra Streisand. I immediately know it's Barbra Streisand because that's her eye, right? There's her eye again. Here's Veronica's eyes. Here's Veronica's eye, nose, glasses. You know, I don't think I'd ever really drawn glasses before this point. Now I love them. I can't get enough of them. But just a page of stuff. And you can see where the paper is kind of buckling a bit, which at the time really annoyed me, but now it doesn't bother me that much, you know. Shaka Khan, because Pinterest has everything. Shaka Khan, super fun. There she is, the other Catwoman. Gosh, what is her name? Hold on a second. Because it's like the name is on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. And she's the only Catwoman actress. No. Eartha Kitt. Now you know I knew that, right? You know I knew that it was Eartha Kitt. The thing I liked about this image of Eartha Kitt, or this shot of Eartha Kitt, and I don't know who the photographer is, I got it off of Pinterest. It's also a thing for me. Like, I'll do Pinterest for warming up my drawings, for inspiration, but I won't ever call that my art because they're pictures taken by photographers. This is their actual art. So I like to study from Pinterest as opposed to like find a face that I love and then copy that face from there. But look at this pose that she does with her body, just like, I can't do that. My body won't do that. But Eartha Kitt was like, wow, she could do all these things. And so the shapes that she gave, the silhouette that she gave was just fantastic. So I had to do it. Same with the Shaka Khan. It was, the silhouette was, you know, wonderful. Aww. This is my friend Bobby's baby, who is like 5 now. But look at him. So cute. I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was just thinking. You know, I was just having. It's funny because this woman jumping, and now I'm doing a painting of women jumping. So it's all in there. It's all in your brain. It has to come out. This is from the book there's a book about drawing, and I was reading the book. And then I was drawing from the book. And one of the things I like when I have a book about drawing, or a book about an artist or something like that, I will draw images from the book because it helps me learn. It helps me learn about composition. It helps me learn about posing or whatever. It helps me kind of get into the mind of the artist because it's basically my version of doing a master copy. And I loved doing that. I also learned that for me, if I'm drawing from a book in a book, if I have my book like this, I'll get this weird kind of elongated structure. So often when I'm drawing to make something accurate, I will definitely put it flat up on the wall so I can look at it kind of one-to-one, because this is really long, like you can see it better here, really elongated, really stretched out. And it's funny because if I'm looking at it like on the couch, I probably was drawing it at a downward angle. This was at the start of a commission. So normally I don't draw birds, I was starting a commission and she wanted basically a flower and a bird. You know, that was the prompt. She wanted a flower and a bird, and I ended up giving her 2 flowers and a bird, 2 birds and a flower. So I did like this little, so I actually have a video, another video on YouTube of painting, or not painting, it was all graphite, but drawing that entire thing. So I'll link to it from here. I liked it. They liked it. It was wonderful. And then more flower and bird things. I think the thing that I was working out between this drawing and this drawing was this space, because this is kind of a mama bird and a baby bird. The person that was giving the drawing, that was giving it to their mother for Christmas. And I wanted a relationship between the two, so they had to be together but apart, because you know, you have to let those kids go eventually. So I was working through that, and they were hummingbirds. I drew, I think, 3 drawings with hummingbirds at this time. And that's it. That was it. I'm excited that I finished the book. I'm excited that I took the time to start back into art in this way, because then once I had done this, I was off to the races, man. Now, I wasn't like prolific right away. It took a while, but I had a start, which made me happy. And then I had a continuation, and I found, you know, I call them like my online mentors, like people that I find online that I really love, that kind of helped push me along. Thanks for hanging on, watching the video with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I have started a new Patreon, so don't forget to join the Patreon, because we're going to do some fun stuff over there. And I really love sharing these sketchbooks and sharing the past drawings and sharing current work with you, because I feel like, you know, we're having a conversation about it, and it's, you know, reciprocal. I love your comments and the feedback that you guys give. So thank you so much for all of that. I appreciate you. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. I just had a lot of sugar. It's Easter for me, so, you know.